Hyperliquid is literally the main character of crypto this cycle. And what if I told you there is a way to trade on Hyperliquid, potentially earn hype passively every single week? On top of that, you're farming a future airdrop for a token that is one of the fastest growing revenue protocols in all of crypto. In today's video, I'm going to go over step by step how to use the Propr platform, be able to pass a challenge, get funded, keep 80% of the profits on your winnings, and not have to risk your own capital. In this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know about Propr, key details, TGE, everything like that. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, be sure to drop down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more. Every single week here on In the Game, we have you covered A to Z, everything you need to win in crypto, prediction markets, and more. So check out everything down below in the description as well, and hit that like and subscribe button. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it, guys. We're not going to waste any time. Obviously, like I said, Hyperliquid just continues to grow. The growth metrics on this thing are absolutely insane. Their annualized fees, if they continue at this rate, are looking like $1 billion. Revenue annualized about $880 million. And look, they have a lot of quality protocols building on top of it between DeFi, neobanking, all this different type of stuff. There's a lot of good companies building on top of Hyperliquid, but a lot of people want to dive in and trade without risking so much of their own capital. Well, we have that solution for you today to be able to trade on Hyperliquid. And I'll go over some of the perks, because some of the perks of utilizing Propr are absolutely insane. So let's just dive into it quickly. You can see here, you can get funded up to $100,000 of capital to trade with on Hyperliquid just by, purchasing a challenge, jumping in here, and completing an evaluation. So there are 1-step and 2-step challenges. For example, I am doing right now a $10,000 challenge. If I hit 10% profits, I am going to get $10,000 to be able to trade with. As you can see here, I'm about, 7% away, 7.5% away from getting funded on this account. And I'm not even an expert day trader, but if you can exhibit risk management, a good strategy, you can get funded with capital to trade with without risking your own capital. This is my very first one. I haven't breached any accounts. I haven't been rejected, none of that. So this is my first challenge, and we will probably end up passing this just because I'm being super strict and disciplined on this. But how you get started on Propr, first and foremost, you jump in, you buy a challenge. You can come in here and then you can trade. It's going to, paper trading at this point in time. So you're going to have a test account between $5,000 to $100,000. Like I said, mine is a $10,000 account. You have a few rules here and criterias. Your equity must never drop below, there's a percentage, a 6% drawdown. So for a $10,000 account, my floor for equity is $9,400. The daily loss maximum is $300. My profit target is 10%, which I have made up 2.26% of that 10%. I need to make another $773 to get past on this challenge and to be able to have $10,000 to trade these markets without having to risk my own capital. Prop firms have taken over every industry. We have prop firms coming into stocks, Forex, crypto, prediction markets, and more. And I do think that Propr is really revolutionizing the crypto side. And I'll go over those elements here in just a second. So you can come in here, you can trade. As you see right now, I have a height position open. I'm up 50% on this, entered at 59. And then I did just go in on a new short this morning on Mega ETH. So I'll be monitoring that as we go. But just looking at the adoption metrics, and I'm going to come back to Propr and show you guys where this all factors into what's going on here. In 24-hour revenue, they did more revenue than Ethereum, Solana, FOMO, Uniswap. It's crazy the amount of revenue that this protocol is generating, and it's so new. It did more than Aave, Jupiter, Uniswap, FOMO, Solana, and Ethereum. It did $142,000 in revenue just a couple of days ago. And if you look at some of these metrics, they've done over $780,000 in total revenue. They've paid out $110,000 in profits to traders. There's 3,600 active traders. The average payout goes out in 1 hour. That's unheard of. A lot of people who use prop firms in like the stock market, they have their payouts held up for weeks, if not sometimes months. 13% of challenges are passing right now, which is actually a pretty solid percentage. 4,853 was the highest payout so far, and it has had zero downtime as far as an app. And you can track all of this transparently as it is on chain. You can track this on 𝗣𝗏 Llama. Propr is here listed on 𝗣𝗏 Llama. These metrics do come into play because you are also farming points for the future Propr airdrop. So all of your activity on challenges, all of your activity, if you pass and you're putting volume through the platform, that is going to earn you every single week points. And these points go towards two things. Number one is the Propr airdrop. The Propr token launches in August. So you have a couple of months. If you buy a challenge, you trade on it, you can earn some points. You could easily climb the leaderboard. And then if you do get funded, every trade that you make is going to factor towards these points. The top points holders every single week get airdropped hype. The flywheel here is great. So some of the revenue goes into hype, and they're actually sending out hype to the top points holders every single week on Propr. So in the short term, you have the potential to earn some passive hype. And on the timeline last week, tons of people were talking about how they got airdropped a few hype. Some people even a pretty solid chunk of Hyperliquid. So, you're in the short term, you're able to farm potentially passive hype. And in the long term, you're farming the Propr airdrop. And with these revenue numbers, like just looking at the baseline, this has the potential to be, for number one, I think it would be the first ever prop firm that tokenizes. But number two, the amount of revenue and how successful this thing is, and then the flywheel giving back to the holders, I could see this being one of the most successful trading, quote unquote, tokens that we've seen in quite some time. And it's built on the machine that is Hyperliquid. So everything you're doing here is transparent on chain, on Hyperliquid. You have the potential to earn that hype passively, farm the future airdrop. And look, the criteria are pretty simple. Whenever you're looking at these challenges across the board, even if you did a $50,000 challenge, you need to make $5,000 on that. You have a 6% drawdown, 3% daily loss limit, 80% profit split. So in that case, if you make $1,000 and you request a payout, you're going to get paid $800, and then Propr keeps $200. This is how these prop firms operate and be able to stay afloat. They're going to take a little bit of your profit share just because they're also funding you to be able to trade. So it's a fantastic way. If you're a talented trader, come in here, even try just the $60, starter $5,000 account. They're just going to be able to give you $5,000 to trade with if you are talented and you can show your skills and pass this challenge. You can also just start a demo. So if you want to, you can just go paper trade, kind of test out a strategy, and then you can go in and also purchase a challenge from there. They also have two-step challenges. For me, I'm doing a one-step challenge. So once I get this passed, I will get funded $10,000 to be able to trade with. And then, you can do the math on that. If you can make 8 to 10% every single month, that's just adding a few $1,000s every month potentially to your income or to your earnings, whatever the case is. And if you set tight stop losses, this is my strategy at least. I'm setting tight stop losses. If we just go look at my challenge currently, let's go to trade now. My stop loss is in profit right now on my hype trade. So if it hits 66 again, let's just go look here. Hype. My stop loss, it's at 74.47. My stop loss is at 66. If this continues to climb towards 80, I might move it at about 70, to be completely honest. But I have no risk now on this trade. And this one's literally, this is made up 2% on my profit target for this challenge, which is absolutely awesome. And then for Mega ETH, my stop loss is 6 cents. It had a recent run, but they did just do this airdrop today. It's pretty underwhelming. So I am short Mega ETH. And my stop loss is 6 cents. I would only lose like $40 if this does hit. So for me, my strategy to be able to pass these types of challenges is strictly high quality setups with tokens that I follow very closely, like a Hype or like a Tau, Venice, Bitcoin. I've been looking at Mega ETH for shorts for quite some time, for example. And then just making sure my risk reward, I'm not going to lose a ton if I do lose these trades because of my tight stop losses. But if I can let these winners run, like right now, Hyperliquid, which is up 48.4% from my entry, this is how we're going to pass this challenge. And this is how we're going to be sustainable long term. Even though if we go to my analytics, you can see here on this 10K challenge, My win rate's only 25%, but I am 2% towards the funding goal. So as you can see, with a good strategy, even if you lose 3 out of 4 trades with your risk reward, in the right place, you can pass these challenges and easily get funded. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a link down below for Propr. I just think this platform has to be the best on-chain prop firm that we've ever seen. From the fact that you can earn hype, you can earn Propr, you can get funded. It's all on Hyperliquid, by far the best protocol on the entire blockchain at this point in time. I think Hyperliquid is the king of on-chain crypto. So you're able to get exposure to all of that through this platform. And then, of course, the best part is to get funded and be able to trade with capital that is not yours and take home 80% of the profits every single time you request a payout. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a link down below in the description for Propr. If you have any questions or comments or on Hyperliquid, Propr, how it works, etc., you can leave it down below in the comment section. I will be replying to some comments on this video. And I will see you guys on the next one. As always, like, subscribe, comment below, trade responsibly, my friends, and of course, stay bullish, my friends.